Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is time for a sketchbook tour. So that will be my video today. If you follow my channel recently, I've been doing a lot of real-time drawings every day, in fact. So some of the drawings you see in here are going to be those real-time drawings I did this previous week. But this is the first page of the new sketches. I think this is where we left off. In the end of my last sketchbook tour. I think I did these live actually. I added a couple doodles on there. But yeah, so got some interesting characters. I used blue Bic pen for this guy, and then like a green brush pen. But these are kind of just character doodles on this page. Real quick, I wanted to actually say thank you to some of the people that donated on my channel. So my channel is one of like a few YouTube channels, I guess, that YouTube is allowing like donations on the videos. Like my wife has a really big YouTube channel and she doesn't even have this. So I wanted to say thanks to Bruce, who's donated a few times. That's always greatly appreciated, Bruce. Emma also donated, and Atomic Yang. So I always appreciate that. It's great to know that you guys appreciate my work. So thank you very much for that. So let's get into some of these other sketches. So this is a little bit more elaborate kind of illustration, only Bic pen on this one. And I like this character. The body's interesting, a little bit different, higher waistline, kind of an interesting character. The only thing I don't like on this is the gun is kind of pointing away from you. Don't know if that was captured super well. But everything over on this side I really like. Like her face, very simple. Having very little detail in the face, contrasting the rest of her body and stuff, where I did tons of cross hatching and things like that. It's just a nice soft area for you to focus on, kind of thing. So like this character. This is a cool little sci-fi design for like a random weird robot thing. I like the 3 legs. I'm not 100% sure how this thing moves, but one thing too is the knee and how the leg kind of bends out like this. I thought that was kind of neat. I'm not really sure what this is. Maybe it's like a fishing pole for some kind of weird alien bug that only eats like electricity. I don't know, but the form on this one I feel like is kind of cool. And again, I like that tripod type stance on him. I might color this one at some point. If I do, I'll show you guys. Similar to the way I colored this one. So this is, I don't know, like a dinosaur / transformer, weird alien thing. Yeah, just kind of made shapes and turned it into something. I like how the head turned out. I think that's pretty convincing, cool design on there. The hand coming up here is kind of interesting. Like he's like, oh, get out of here. Something like that. I don't know. But so the pose is kind of interesting, and he's very weighted to the back side. So all this weight is back here. I think if I had moved the legs more at an angle versus how they're kind of straight up and down, I feel like they're balanced a little bit because of the weight on the thigh front part, but just the angle, if it had been a little bit more, I think he would look a little bit cooler and balanced in the way he's standing. Another kind of interesting character. I like to mix up my bodies and not always just do the same cookie cutter form. I've talked about this in my last video where I drew faces in real time. And the reason, it's just variety. I like variety. I like things to be unique. I don't want to just draw the same muscle-bound comic book character every single time. This is obviously extreme, but, varying things, keeping things interesting. I think the comic book industry could definitely use some of that, just to make interesting looking characters. So you have some variety, some flavor in your design and illustrations. But I like her. She's weird with this weird cat head thing. I might color that one too, we'll see. So I was doing some Morbius sketching for a little while there. I did the real-time video. So these are some various quick sketches of Morbius, maybe some different faces to kind of look at. This one, the teeth are really sticking through. There's no lips, things like that. I really like this pose and how regal he kind of was, more of a Dracula type character. But this was a good little sketch page. Here's another version of Morbius, fully colored. Only thing I didn't like is the blue that I used on this. I should have used a gray. I think it would have made his skin and the hair pop more to not have such a vibrant blue on him. So color-wise, I definitely would have changed that. But I loved his face on this one. I thought his face had some nice nuances in it, in the skin and stuff like that. When working with markers on the white paper, I really like lighter colors. I just feel like there's so much more depth to them than real dark colors for some reason. This was another quick sketch. Just randomly kind of did this one. I don't like this one at all. I was trying to do some different kinds of noses and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, this was not a super successful sketch in my opinion. Here's some interesting little guys. Like this guy's head. This is an interesting thing right here where I totally exaggerated these tiny little legs on him. And this is a little bit too exaggerated for my taste. This is super cartoony to where you know that there's no way these little legs are going to hold up that giant head. And besides the fact that he's got all these, like, let's say adaptations for eating and killing things with that crazy mouth. There's no way he could catch anything with those legs. But I kind of balance that with giant arms. Maybe he runs with his arms out front and he uses his arms more as his power, something like that. So I don't know. But I like this little guy. Thought he had a lot of character, kind of like a Dr. Seussy looking type of character. So he's kind of in a neat little pose. He's giving you a wave. So I liked him out from this page the most. So here's the Morbius sketch that I did for the real time. If you're interested in this one, watching me draw this one from start to finish in real time and kind of talk my way through it, you can check that video out. I posted it like a week ago, or actually like 4 days ago. So you can kind of see how I did this one. It's an okay drawing. I kind of like the way it turned out. It was quick. Most of the real-time drawings I'm doing now are 20 minutes or under. Which I like doing that for the channel. I think it's interesting. But I have some ideas for that going forward that I think will be really cool. Here's another, this was actually a real-time sketch. I did this guy, but my camera stopped working. So that was really irritating. Me and my daughter both filmed this whole thing. We got done. I look at the camera, stop filming like a quarter of the way through it. And I was like, what the heck? My camera was full, so. And then I just did kind of a Batman sketch. This is an interesting sketch too, because generally I don't do these really exaggerated human forms of comic book characters where I make them really interesting in their shape as far as not human or not realistic human, not realistic anatomy, I should say. This was a super long neck. His head's kind of weirdly long. But I like the way this one turned out. It's got an interesting style to it. And this was a pirate goblin. Wasn't super happy with the way this one turned out, especially his legs. It's something very unnatural about them. I like the colors on this bird though. So his little parrot. And this was just one of my first real-time drawing videos. And so yeah, I mean, okay sketch. They're not all gonna be winners. I'm not trying to produce the best artwork. It is sketchbook, real-time sketchbook drawings. So a lot of times I'm just kind of figuring stuff out as I go. But it was okay first attempt. I like this one better. Inosuke from Demon Slayer. My daughter loves Demon Slayer anime. I kind of like it. It's pretty good. There's anime I definitely like better. They get a little too emotional for me in the show, and it irritates me. So that's my only drawback on that show is, yeah, all the emotions. But I like the way this drawing turned out. The colors are pretty cool. And you can watch this one in real time as well. As well as, actually, my daughter's showing that she did during this one too. So that's her Demon Slayer Nezuko drawing that kind of went along with that. So this was a Master Chief sketch page. I was just kind of sketching stuff out real quick. And yeah, I mean, I wasn't really happy with this at all. I've just been seeing a lot of like stuff on Master Chief, and because of the new show that came out, which I'd be interested. Have any of you guys seen this show yet? I've heard mixed reviews for sure. Some people absolutely despise it. I haven't watched it yet. I don't have Paramount, but I'm interested. I love Halo, the game. I grew up on it, like I'm sure a lot of you. But yeah, I haven't heard good things about the show really. So kind of curious to see. At some point I might watch it, or at least give the first episode a shot and see if it's any good. Let me know if you've seen it and if you liked it. So here's some random faces. This is my last sketchbook or real-time sketchbook drawing. I just drew these. I added color though, so that's one thing I forgot to tell you guys. If you've seen these videos, I did sometimes in the sketchbook tour, I'll take these drawings a little bit further. So I did add color to these and kind of flesh them out a little bit more, just because. And yeah, so that's it for this sketchbook. The sketches in here. I did do this drawing as well as part of my sketches, but it was in the tone tan. I did add some more light sources. This was another real-time drawing video that you can watch, and I talked through this one as well. I like the way this one turned out. It takes me way less time to do just a head in a real-time video, and so I can focus more on rendering. So if I'm focusing more on rendering on a drawing, a lot of times I'll just do the face or something a lot more simplified than an entire body. And also it helps to draw things bigger, so you can add more detail and things like that. So, but anyway, yeah, I think that's all the sketches. So, interestingly, like I said, I'm doing the real-time drawing videos. I have some cool ideas for those videos. One of them being, I want to do longer, better drawings, not just the 20-minute sketches. 20-minute sketches I always do because those are just really easy, fun to do. I could talk while I do them, and I think showing work that's, you know, faster, as far as like practicing and stuff is very important, because I do think, you know, not worrying about mistakes, going fast and just sketching and practicing and stuff is important. But I also think I want to do some videos. I have an idea where basically I do a longer drawing but still reduce it down to 20 minutes by like cutting out, like let's say I'm drawing something, and then instead of showing you all the drawing, just segments of it, and then jumping to another part. So I can do an hour to 2 hour drawing, but reduce it down to like 20 minutes where I talk through the sections that are important on the drawing. So each section gets kind of its own time. So I am going to be doing a format like that as well. And I think that'll be a little bit more ingestible and also easier for me too, because I'd start to lose my voice if I'm talking nonstop for 2 hours. So, but anyway, look for that one. Well, that's the video, guys. As usual, thanks for watching. I should be back to my daily sketches tomorrow. So until then, have a good one, and I will catch you guys later.